The game is mine. The game is mine. The game is mine.
You got the attention of a non-profit organization that's heavy into helping entrepreneurs like yourself either scale up their business or start their business, and it's Jumpstart Incorporated. How did you get hip to Jumpstart Incorporated?
So I got familiar to Jumpstart. We in 2000, I want to say 18. They started the Cleveland Chain Reaction Competition. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. Yeah. So I was actually working on a different venture at the time with a group of friends, and
a whole nother venture besides the cleaning business.
Besides the cleaning, and I was dealing with a writer at the time who was writing a lot of my marketing material, and I went to her to develop a executive summary for the other business to submit to the Chain Reaction. I thought that we could use the funding for that business, but she came and she was like, I think that you should actually do this with the cleaning business. And I was like, yeah, I think we pretty, solid.
You had, prior to that, you had been having conversations and confidence with her about maybe even starting a cleaning company or something?
No. So the cleaning company had been going for, this was 18, so I want to say 7 years at the time.
Oh, okay, so it was already
6, 7 years
going.
at the time, yeah. So we were pretty successful in what we were doing already. That's why I thought that, we were at a good pace. I didn't think that we needed any additional funding or anything, but, we were, still scaling at the time, so it wouldn't have hurted us to get this additional funding. So she came, she said, I think that you should probably focus on, doing this with the cleaning business. And the other guys didn't want to pursue it with the other venture that we were, just starting. So I said, hey, why not? So put together a executive summary, and I think it was over 120 applicants. Narrowed it down. We became part of the top 20. Okay. And then they started a 6-week boot camp course to where we would attend, every Friday to kind of mold us or train us to present to these, high-powered investors.
Yeah.
And it was I always make the joke that it was funny because they were throwing out ideas that I wanted to use. They were given to the entire group, so it kind of hurt us.
Yeah.
But it worked out well. So we went presented to the investors, and we ended up signing a deal, or we ended up selling 20% equity of the business to a investor.
Okay, so you end up selling 20% of the business to an investor that Jumpstart turned you on to?
Yep.
Okay, besides them turning you into venture capital and investment capital, what was it, or what were they saying to you to convince you that here's a business you thought you had it down, cleaning business, I got this, and I didn't figure to need any more help with it, to where now you're working with Jumpstart and they turn you on to this investment capital. What was it about it besides the investment capital?
I think that firms like Jumpstart, they force you to actually view the business for what it is. We all got this idea of what we think our business is in our head.
Yeah.
We think
you got to talking to them business people. Yeah.
Right, we think we
not your homeboys and yes mans and all of them.
Right. Yeah,
okay.
We think we are at a certain level of success, and the business might be doing well, but those financials, numbers are everything. Now I'm such a numbers guy now. I don't care what the business is. I want to see what the numbers are, what the profit margins are.
Right.
That's all that matters to me.
That's all that matters, the numbers, the spreadsheet, and all of that.
Exactly.
Okay, so tell me, James, how did you build your clientele early on, and are you still doing some of the same things?
Yeah, so I figured, if it's not broke, why fix it? So when we started, we deal in commercial, so it's not like we can go to a house and knock on the door and say, hey, we want to, clean your house. We got to go through the proper channels, and what better way than networking events? And that's how I met a lot of people that deal, in Jumpstart. I was all from the start. I've always been heavy on networking.
Okay.
And matter of fact, as we grow, we kind of rebranded the company. One of the things that we focus on is relationship development. That's the biggest thing, the most important thing, because
that's essential to your business.
Exactly.
You got to let people know you got this skill and service,
exactly.
and that they can patronize you.
Yep.
Okay, so you would go to networking. This before you even got with Jumpstart, you would go to networking events and things, and then when you got with them, they would turn you on to different things.
Oh yeah. They've been instrumental in the last 2-3 years. They've been instrumental in our growth. They've turned us on to a lot of good people.
You care to talk about any of the clients that you work with?
So the client that's like our like
anybody that you work with.
So we got a lot of builders with Case.
Case Western
College, Case Western University.
Ah, yeah. You can't just get with Case, man.
You can't just go to Case.
You can't say, hey, Case, I want to take over this building and make it immaculate. No. So how did, because I like to, give, some vision to insight to people that's watching, because they be having goals and dreams and aspirations, and they need to get to the next level. So how did you find the confidence, and what were some of the things that you explained? How did you retain Case West as a client?
So we, like I said, I was like marketing heavily. That was, our
going to events where they were there.
Exactly. So I started getting involved with the Urban League, and we would get notifications about networking events around town, and Coastie hosts a big event in Cleveland at the Indian Stadium used to be. It's called like the business to business networking event.
Okay.
So it was like, I think the cost was like $150, and it was every big company in Cleveland, attends this event. The Brown Stadium, the Indian Stadium, Case, Cleveland State, everybody could think of attends this event, and they schedule actual one-on-one meetings with these corporations.
Wow, so you took a couple of $100 investment and went to this networking event and ran into people that you needed to run into.
So I begged my sister for it.
Thanks, sis. We appreciate the lookout.
Thank you. So she fronted the cost. It was $150, and you schedule these meetings. But the funny thing is, I didn't have the opportunity to meet with Case at the event.
Okay.
So in the back of the booklet from the event, they gave you everybody that attended and contact information. Me being the networker that I am, I followed up with every single person at the event. They say, hey, I didn't get a chance to network with you. Would love to see how we could be beneficial to your company, so on and so forth. So we got the procurement officer actually reached back out to us. He said, hey, there's a RFP going out, request for proposal. He said, the walkthroughs, the schedule, we send over the information. We attended every walkthrough at Case, and the bidding process was intense.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So, man, I hadn't. Mind you, my proposals I created from scratch. Okay. In Case, being the organization that they want to know everything about you. Yeah. How you going to service this building, what your staff look like. Exactly.
And don't come and do what they supposed to do. We don't need you. We can clean up our own, man.
Like I said, we stick to the same systems that got us this far. We want to continue to replicate that in order to to expand, grow.
Right.
Scale, yeah.
So you want to keep it all commercial, nothing about the home or anything like that?
Not at this moment, man. I think that the residential will be more of a headache for me.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
You stole this, you stole
now you still encounter some of the same things.
You got to make sure your employees straight, because they might get mad one day and want to, pocket something, and it's on you. You don't need that type of stuff. What about hotels and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Airports and that. Yep. Well, hold on now. Okay, these office places, and you got these business people, and they're traveling, and now you got stuff like the coronavirus and stuff like that. Are you? No, we're laughing, but are you preparing to clean up stuff like that?
You know how many?
Because people are worried about that.
Yeah, you know how many clients actually reached out and want to know our plan and protocol in dealing with the coronavirus.
Wow. Yeah. So have you developed a plan and protocol to combat
disinfect every bleach?
Right. Hey, James said bleach. He had one word. Yeah, he had one word for it all. Bleach, baby. I think I said that yesterday. But no, James, no, in all funny, seriousness, did you see on the back of the Lysol can they got to kill the coronavirus? Yeah. But that's been on the can for 40 years, those of us who know.
Right, exactly.
So the coronavirus has been around for at least 40 years.
Yes.
So, why is it so prevalent now? They got a newer strain or something? I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, it's being spread more.
It's being spread more?
Yeah. I got a question. With the coronavirus being so prevalent and your staff having to work around different diseases and things like that, do you aware your staff of what they need to do, the things that they need to have on, stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. So we take our training systems very serious anyway. Like I said, when we rebranded, one of the things that we talk about innovation, relationship development, and training systems. So we make sure that our staff is constantly trained on things like this, to where even without the coronavirus, a certain protocol when we
Right.
clean these buildings, because we could be the ones to possibly spread these type of infections or diseases. So we want to make sure that nothing. We take extra precaution, but the safety gear is this is a daily thing that we practice.
We spoke on innovation. What are some of the things you're looking to do to innovate the business?
Man, so we like to be innovative in our field when it comes to the materials that we use, as well as the software that we use, in-house to manage the business. So we use a software to where we could send detailed inspection reports to our clients. The same software they could submit any requests. We can respond to these requests. We could, pretty much communication from A to Z. We could communicate.
So you have templates where you can send them photos, video,
included,
and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Hey, I got this squared away. Don't worry about it.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. So when you took on one of your very first top flight clients, every client is important.
Exactly.
I'm not making it sound like
Right,
that.
yeah.
But when you took on a name, were you nervous?
I've never been the type to get nervous because I can get an offer right
Ah!
now.
Preparation, baby. We ain't worried about
Right.
nothing.
Opportunity means preparation. If you prepare for the opportunity, you always prepare.
Okay.
But yeah, there you go. But yeah, man, I can get somebody to come in here right now and say we got 20 buildings need to be cleaned by tomorrow, and I'll be like, I'll do it.
Is that right?
No.
Okay. Giving me a little.
Hey,
It sounded good, right?
I walk right out of here, get on the phone. Hey, we need to. Everybody, we
Well,
gather
no.
up. Let's go.
How would that work though, James? You get a big work order in. You got your team already stressed to the max, taking care of a couple of properties at the same time,
Right.
and somebody hits you with a little bit overload. Are you prepared for that? What do you go to Minuteman and pile people up in a van, labor ready? How would that go?
Yeah, so we definitely try to be conscious of our workload because one thing, I'm a believer that you can't grow yourself out of business. You take on too much too soon.
Okay.
So yeah, we try to pace ourselves when it comes to different tasks, but we have took on a couple of different projects to where we stretched ourselves, but we were able to complete it on time, on budget.
You say your numbers guy. Are the numbers increasing profit margin?
Profit margins are kind of.
Or are you still in your early stages where you're trying to turn a profit?
No, so we definitely profitable, but profit margins are pretty much consistent across the board. So we have a formula that we use when we go out and bid jobs. It's a lot of different variables. So you want to take into consideration the
What are some? Yeah, tell me some.
so
of the
the
things
square
you take
footage
into
of a facility is
Okay.
obviously important. You want to see if it's hard floor or carpeted. Along with the square footage, the actual cleanable square footage. The labor costs, the materials, how much materials did it take to clean the facility. We take all that into consideration before we place a bid.
What about hazmat, hazardous materials? How would you deal with place call you up, hey James, we want to pay you this lot of money,
Yeah.
and then when you get there, it's like, oh shoot, okay, no wonder you want to pay me all this money.
Yeah, we've taken.
You ever experienced anything like that?
Yeah. It's a lot of buildings, require special attention, when it comes to safety and health hazards. So, like I say, training is a big thing. We come across, those bridges. We want to make sure that whoever we send to service this facility is trained in those areas before we, stick them out to the wolves.
Right. Now, what do you think about somebody like Mayor Bloomberg of New York who wants to come in and he wants to raise the pay of low-paying jobs of people and stuff like that. And you're just starting out. Well, you've been over 7 years.
Right.
But what do you think about the ideology behind that? Wanting to raise the minimum wage up. What do you think about like that?
I I haven't put much thought into it, but I do believe that if we, have to, come across where we have to increase the minimum wage because we start our, all of our cleaners off at a certain rate. So of course it would affect, the contract and the profitability in the business. But I think that if we come across that, we have to just, I think it's a trickle effect, so where the clients probably see the increase.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, you as a boss and an entrepreneur, you will see the increase, and then
Right.
you will say, well, this is costing me this much. That's costing me a little bit more, so I gotta go up
Make the
on my
necessary adjustments. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. So, who are you looking at as an employee? Tell me a prerequisite, because those of you out there, you may need an opportunity. Immaculate Cleaning has contracts. They have business. They've been in business for years now. So what are the type of people you're looking for to work with you?
Yeah, so we always looking for good people, man. As you said earlier, the turnover rate in employees is so high because of the type of business that we're in.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of different reasons. Nobody wants to be a cleaner, for the rest of their life, and then some can't, actually perform to the level that we expect them to perform. But the ideal employee for us, man, if you could pass a background check, you can pass a drug test, and reliable, we could definitely use you. Because we've come across an instance to where we had large teams, and everybody on the team is not going to perform on the same level. But one thing that I do, or the person I put my trust behind, is my management team. So as long as they solid and can do what I need them to do, it doesn't matter who we have on staff. As long as you're not going to steal from us, you pass a drug test and you're reliable.
Yeah. If somebody wanted to patronize your business and hire you on, how can they reach you?
So you go to our website, www.immaculatecleaning Ohio, IMMACULATE cleaningohio.com. You can check us out on Facebook, same Immaculate Cleaning, and Instagram, or you can call us directly, 216-386-5690. 216-386-5690.
Now, real quick, I know you got to go. Give some words of inspiration to the young man, the young woman that's seeking to be an entrepreneur. They want to come out the workforce. They want to set goals like you did and achieve them. Give them a little encouragement.
Man, I think the most important thing when trying to start a business is persistence. Okay. I think because we could have quit a long time ago. Like I said, we received so many no's, but those few yeses that we did receive, it paid off.
Made the difference.
Yeah, so I think persistence is key, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.